Untitled Motorcycles is about bringing old bikes back to life that have been sitting around, that are unloved, that no one really wants anymore, and we turn them into something much more interesting, a sort of future classic, I would say, that has soul. We try and create something individual that you can't buy off the shelf. We work with the customer to decide what they're after, and then we try and make that for them, but with our own inputs and our own ideas as well. They're looking for something individual that no one else has. Something that they can ride around on, that they feel proud of. That people will stop them in the street and say, "Where did you get that made? Or did you make it yourself?" I think the custom bike scene in the UK, and what we try to do, is get away from the chromed image that people believe custom bikes are about. We make something much more subtle, much more urban, and something that you'd want to ride to and from work. There's a new culture that's emerging with this scene where people aren't into the full race leathers, the 60s rocker look. They're more into wearing jeans with Converse and maybe a lightweight jacket. Something very fashionable, something very hip and very urban. It's not about going fast, it's not about getting somewhere as quickly as possible, it's about actually the journey. Even if you're commuting to and from work, that journey is more interesting on a bike like this. It's about then taking a weekend break somewhere, going to the countryside and enjoying the twisty roads and just chilling out. Our main customer want bikes that are totally different from manufacturers. That's why they come to us, because the amount of money that a lot of them spend here, they could easily go and buy a bike off the shelf and ride it away straight away. But they're happy to wait 2 or 3 months to get something that's completely individual, that's tailored just for them. I think the customers we have don't have that nostalgia about our bikes because they're in their mid-20s and sort of 30s. They're coming to bike riding and bike customization with a new, fresh look on it. They're not trying to recreate something they had when they were 17, because they were 17 only about 10 years ago. When we're building a bike, you stand back a lot and look at the bike and see the aesthetics of it. See would that bracket work with another bracket? Would the headlight look better at this angle? Would the headlight be better painted in a different colour? How are you going to fit on the number plate? Will that look really cheap and tacky? Yes, then don't do it. Make sure that everything flows. One of the biggest pleasures I get is actually making a bracket, welding something, grinding something back so it actually looks really smooth and beautiful. And the finished bike is the ultimate aim that we want, but actually building the bike, I get more pleasure, I think, building it than actually the finished bike. I think the culture and the future of biking are linked, because this culture is so interesting and it's drawing in a very young crowd, a very knowledgeable crowd. They look on the internet, they can see that they could buy a bike from a manufacturer for a certain price, but they come to us and other bike builders and want something that they know is theirs. Performance and handling to our... You could do an outtake, it'd be really unfunny.